Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ashley and today I'm here to do my July TBR. And I'm actually going to attempt to do the deck of TBR-athon, but I'm going to have to go a little bit slow again this year because I have a lot on my plate. So we're going to pull just a few cards and let me show you what they are. To backtrack just a little bit, I did not do an official TBR for the month of June. I did do a short. I did like a little spinner wheel with all of the books that are on my TBR carts. I spun 3 times and I added those 3 books to 2 others that I was hoping to complete in the month of June. Now, have I completed all those books? No, but I have about a week, maybe like 9 days left of the month of June yet when I am filming this. So I am really hopeful that I will be able to complete a few more books from that TBR. So far, I have completed 2 and I will talk about those more in my wrap up. I am in the middle of 2 more and then that leaves 1 left. And I'm really hoping to finish at least 2 of those. And if I do, I'll be pretty happy with that. But I think I can also accomplish adding a few more to the books I'm already in the middle of, which I have a couple that I'm carrying over into June. So let me start with those first. So if I do not manage to complete it in the month of June, which I may not be able to do. This book is reading kind of slower. So that is the Yada Yada Pro Group Gets Down, and I am about halfway done. I read most of the first half during my 24-hour readathon that I did last weekend, and so I read about 150 pages of this pretty much in like 1 or 2 sittings, and I could probably get through this by the end of June, but I have a couple more priorities. So I don't know if this will actually get completed by the last day. So this might get carried over into June, we'll see. The first book that is officially on my June TBR is going to be The Women by Kristen Hanna. I have started a crochet group and we decided to also add the element of reading books together and then doing a block, a crocheted block to go with the book each time and make afghans from them. So this is our first book and our meeting is the 8th of July. Everybody else were talking about how slow of readers they are and that they needed an extra meeting to get through it. So I haven't started this, but now they've all finished the book already because it was so good, and so now I have to really make sure I get this done for our next meeting. So this is top on my TBR. Okay, so now my deck of TBR prompt list. I will link this down below where to find it so that if you would like to join in and haven't seen this, that you can do that. But I am going to pick, I'm debating on how many cards to choose. Last year I only did 3 and they didn't really amount to anything. I'm thinking 3 again this year, but I might go ahead and do 4. Just to have a good number. I've got my strawberry cards that I picked up at Five Below for like $1 and they are so cute, but they are kind of hard to shuffle because of their shape, so you're just gonna have to trust that. I did shuffle them quite a few times before I turned on the camera. I'm just gonna kind of like toss and shuffle them a couple times here and we'll draw the first card. They're also very kind of thin and flimsy, but I couldn't resist. They're so cute. All right, so first card, I'm just going to draw, and I got a Jack. So the prompt of Jack is in the title. So 3 prompts. For 1 point, I can put a name in the title. For 3 points, I can get a number in the title, and for 5 points, I can get a color in the title. So let me see what I can find to go with that. I'm gonna go with number in the title, which will give me 3 points if I read it, and that is Boy 9 Missing by Nick Joseph. This is a book I've had on my shelf for like a really long time, and it intrigued me when I saw it, and so I picked it up. It's about a guy who, when he was a kid, he lost his kid brother and he kind of blames someone, and he's trying to figure out what happened, I think. So anyways, gonna read that. All right, I'm just gonna give another little tossing shuffle. They're really kind of hard to even just do that. And the card is, oh, got more than one. And the card is a 4. 4 is long book. Oh, yay. All right, so for 1 point, I can get a book over 400 pages. For 3 points, I can get a book over 500 pages. And for 5 points, I can get a book over 600 pages. I think for this one, I'm just going to go straight for the gut and go for a book over 600 pages, because the next book in the Harry Potter series is over 600 pages. I was kind of giving myself a break from this, but I was like, you know what? Let's do it, because this will be the little push I need to just keep going with the series and not completely quit. Because if I wait too long, I might quit. So let's go ahead. This is book 5 of the Harry Potter series. It's like almost 800 pages, so definitely over 600, but should also still be an easy read. So yeah, gonna go with that for this prompt. If I read this, I will get 5 points. These cards are really hard. All right, so again, off the top, let's see what the next card is. And I've got a 2. The 2 is related to your last read. This one's going to be a little hard, so I'm wondering if I should leave this one open or if I should apply it to the last book that I've finished reading as I've pulled this. Or should I put it to the last book chosen for my TBR? What do you think I should do? I'm going to think on this. So for 1 point, I have the same genre as the last book. For 3 points, I have the same color as the last book. And for 5 points, I have the same letter of the author's last name. So I have to pick another book with the same initial, the author's last name. I think I'm gonna kind of cheat a little bit, because the last book was J.K. Rowling. I didn't have any that the last name started with the letter R, but I do have the first name starting with the letter R, and that is The Thing About Home by Rhonda McKnight. This is just a Southern contemporary story. I've actually met her and have this signed by her. Let's find the page here. She actually used to attend our homeschool co-op for a short time. I have 2 of her books now. I need to try and read one. So we're gonna bend the rules a little bit and get 5 points if I read this. One more card. And I've got a king. All right, king is genre. So for 1 point, you can pick your favorite genre. For 3 points, you pick your host's favorite genre. And for 5 points, you can do a genre you rarely read from. Well, let's go see what I can find. Okay, so that took me a lot longer than it probably should have. I was really just debating. So for this one, I was trying to go for that least read genre, which would be fantasy. And I don't have a whole lot of fantasy on my TBR cards at the moment. And I think this one is considered fantasy, and it's also supposed to be kind of whimsical, which I don't do whimsical. So I'm gonna go with The Otherwhere Post by Emily J. Taylor. She wrote The Hotel Magnifique, which I loved, and I'm really hoping to love this one too. I don't even really know what this one is about. I didn't even look into it. I just knew I loved her other book, and I was like, yep, gonna read that. This is from the library. I need to read it anyways, and if I love it, then I'm gonna have to buy it for my shelves. But hopefully I'll read it and I'll get 5 points. Okay, so that'll give me 5 books on my TBR, and I think that's pretty good. I've got a good selection, a wide variety, and I'm pretty happy with that. So yeah, that is my TBR for July. I will hopefully be able to finish the books that I was planning on here in June and not have to add those also, and be able to read all of the books in July. But thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!